Like, people that are lazy hate working with me. They hate me. Like, you want to be great, you're going to love working with Ghetts because we're really going to push the boundaries, you know? I could say a verse in the booth, you would say it's perfect. And I think, yeah, but I must have 120% in me. Like, it's somewhere. Like, I know it's somewhere. It's not, this is 100%, yes, but there's 120% somewhere. And I'm eager to hear what that sounds like. I was shit at first.
For it?
Yeah, but you lot didn't hear me. You lot heard me when I was there. I was getting good. But, like, Storming the best MC in Newham, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, and then you've got Titch, yeah, sick MC in Newham as well. And then you've got Sharky, like Sharky Major, like took lyricism to a new place. Like if anybody knows the culture, you will know like Sharky.
He was the one.
The lyricism thing.
Yeah.
What, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you got to remember, we're part of the same, like even before like Nasty Crew, we are part of the same circle of friends, right? Mm-hmm. On road together or whatnot. So when I'm trying to spit, the man them are saying, allow it, blood. This ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? They'll testify to this as well. So, because we had such a high standard of MCs already around us. So, and it weren't until I went jail and really started crafting and writing and, you know what I'm saying, kind of homing my skills. And yeah, it weren't until then when I started really getting good.
It seems mad.
My first studio session was in jail. In Huntercombe, a woman named Stevie Butler. She was running a drama course. I was going to drama and I was going to music class, and that's when I realized I got a bad attention span, right? I'll never be able to do like the normal classroom route and things, you know what I'm saying? But when I was in there, I realized, wow, I'd been in there for hours and it held my attention, and I just felt at peace.
Did so prior to that, then in school, did you notice that you didn't, like you had that, what's it, ADHD? No, what's it?
ADHD.
ADHD, yeah.
They say I got that. I've not been diagnosed with that, but I don't know.
But I think.
But you know what? One time I took Adderall, right? Yeah, to try and help me focus. It killed my creative.
Wow.
If you give me a word right now, I could write a lyric from that word right this second. At any time of the day, doesn't matter when. Bro, I took the Adderall because I had a meeting and I went studio after. I didn't know, I was so scared. I thought it was over. I didn't know what was happening. Like, it's like I couldn't even put together a sentence, bro, of rhymes. Killed it, killed my creativity. We was both inspired by watching Fade to Black. The moment with Jay-Z, Rick Rubin in the studio. Is there 99 Problems?
Okay, bro, how do you channel that then? How did you, so before you wrote and then you went to non-writing? Or?
It's like, so you remember one line. If you can hold one line, practice you can hold two. 2 is going to turn into 4. 4 is going to turn into 8 bars. 8 turns into a 16.
But bro, your bars ain't
I could do it.
Your bars they ain't easy, bro.
Yeah, I know.
The vocab's not simple, bro.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know. It's just over time, I guess.
Yeah.
Over a period of time. Remember, like, there's 365 days in a year. I'm probably in the studio maybe 270 days in a year. The opportunity to really change lives around me. You know, I don't take it lightly at all. I don't play that. Like, I think I've been, like, God give you this opportunity. Like, isn't that to change, like, the dynamic of how your family are gonna live? Like, I can't play with that.
Is that also pressure as well, to the extent?
Yeah, but I can't play with it, man. My worst fear is looking back and thinking you didn't do everything you could have done. It's like, I'm scared of that. Like, I'm aware of how long I've been around for. I'm aware how I may be viewed from a younger generation or perspective. I'm aware of all of those things. I haven't come to play with anybody. You know, every time you're gonna hear me, it's gonna be levels. You're gonna understand why I'm me and why I've been in the game for so long. Don't question it. Like, do not question it at all. I ain't come to play with anybody. We're in a different time, so I guess the time that I come, I come up listening to album artists, seeing their rollouts. Like even people are saying to me, "Huh, but Mist and D Double and Shabo, they're in your video, but they're not on your album or they're not on the tune." Remember, I used to watch videos with cameos from other artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the time I'm from. So I think a lot of that's been lost for whatever reasons. Streaming's changed the game a lot. Changes how people actually take in music, you know? So, but I don't think it's right for me to play that game. You know, and I got so addicted to Bodies of Works because I remember I had like 2 songs. I put them on a CD. I'm in the car and I was upset that the CD stopped. I was like, nah, man, I need to make another tune. I'm 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's funny because this time we're going, I'm doing Home Sweet Home tour with Kane on Mike Skinner's tour though. And every time, you do weeks on tour, right? Then you'd have like a 2-day break.
Yeah.
I'm rushing to the studio. Kane's making beats and bars at this time as well. Demon's making Demon's World at this time. So the man them are linking back up on the tour bus and playing the rhythms. You know what I'm saying? And even that in itself was exciting to see how your friends react to your songs that you've just made. You know what I'm saying? It was sick time. You don't want to lose the essence of where you came from, and you don't want to lose what makes you special.
Yeah.
You know, because when you start doing that, you're no longer special, and it doesn't work for very long. Even if it works for that moment, I'm always thinking about 10 years from now. You know, that's why like the project that I've made now is because I'm thinking about the next steps, the next moves from that move. You know, that's why it's never about recreating what I've done when I was 19 or 21 or 25. I've already done it. I don't need to recreate what I've already done. You can't recreate a golden era. And you know, when you've been in the game for a little while, some people want to use you as a time machine to their better days, you know, nostalgia. But that's why I say I don't care about, let's talk about legacy on the album. I don't care about nostalgia. My best years are ahead of me. I say that because most of the time we only care about nostalgia when we think, well,
It's done, isn't it?
man's old now and I'm just, but remember them days, and you're taught every time it's remember them days. That's a boring conversation for me. I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
Probably was it 15, 16 years? How many actually years is it in the game?
2000 Life came out at 2005.
Yeah. So 16 years.
Yeah, that's, bro, it's deeper than that. A lot of people don't understand this. With me, it's deeper than music. It's a frequency. Like, you know, sometimes I feel like just God is using man as a vessel. You know what I'm saying, bro? And the more I get closer to him in terms of relationship, and the more I pray and ask him to guide what I'm doing, the less you're gonna hear things like artillery, and the more you're gonna hear things like Little Bo Peep, spiritual warfare, next of kin. You're gonna hear that in that manner. That's when I'm asking the big man to guide me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, fam, you just use me as a vessel in that moment to speak on that, to know that when I was a kid listening to DMX speak about Damon and taking it literal, you understand? And as an adult now, knowing certain things of that nature and how the warfare is spiritual, you know, the war's on your mind, you feel what I'm saying? So as an adult now, to speak about that, and most people ain't gonna get it. But one day it's gonna hit you. One day you're gonna understand, yo, my man's tapped into a different frequency, you know? I'm not trying to make 16 party songs. That's not, I don't have to be the artist. That's, you know, I can do that. But it's deeper than music, why man's here. Man's being used as a vessel sometimes. So songs like Spiritual Warfare will keep occurring. I knew what generation I was. I knew what we was building. This is what I'm saying. So when I'm always thinking, I know that we're not the generation that was gonna cream, but I also knew that I gotta play the long game, because man are gonna drop off. Man are gonna get disheartened. Man are gonna always compare their journey to somebody else's and start thinking, and start panicking and start doing mad moves. I knew that the whole time, bro. Like, the whole time I knew this. If you go back to my music, I'm saying it in the music. You know what I'm saying? So I always just think about playing the long game, because there's always a space for man to yam, and there's always a, you know what I'm saying? But I knew we weren't the generation. I knew we was the generation that was building the house.
What made you? What gave you that insight? Like, because you're a futurist, I can tell. But
I'm looking. The only thing I can compare to black music at that time is America, right?
yeah,
So I'm looking at it. Everyone always looks at the successes of these people. I'm looking at the backstory. I'm sitting there looking and I'm thinking, oh, bruv, we're meant to be the generation that come and creamed. But because of the Soul Solid situation, yeah, and all of that, and how the media tried to destroy them, the house has been taken apart that they was building.
yeah,
That we was meant to come in the house was going to be furnished and we was going to cream, right? Cool. Now, us lot have got to rebuild this thing because they're only trying to let in 2 at a time.
yeah.
Yeah? So I'm watching the game, I'm saying, oh, it's mad. We're building. Man are dropping off, people, the game's changing. Can't, you know what I'm saying? The only thing where I got is like, you know that period of time where it was like the Mer songs that no one, like, no disrespect to man, because I believe that even has a place in the building. Mm-hmm. I rate them, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that has a place in where we are today, 100%. You can't eradicate what happened. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have to acknowledge that a lot of tunes, the man them made, they wouldn't put them in their set list now.
Yeah.
When they're going to do a concert, they wouldn't be in their set list. You know? So that's the only time I was looking at the game and thinking, oh, blood, if we got to stay here any longer, I don't know. This is mad. My financial struggle was 210, 211, 12, 13. That period. Hardest period.
That's a long period, bro.
Hardest period. Then that was the hardest period financially for me. Because bad decisions, you know, and not being consistent enough. So, and the birth of my daughter, 2012. So now I'm panicking. I'm starting to panicking. Really having a hard time at that period of time. I say it on the intro, in fact. But yeah, what did I? Yes, but watch what happened. So I think at this time I'm speaking to some of the man. I'm telling them, bro, pride cannot exist. You know, I gotta feed my kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this pride thing of like, man's famous, but bro, I gotta feed my youth, bro. It's more embarrassing not to feed your youth.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So a good friend of mine, Lamsey, he was working with a pharmaceutical company. He dropped the pharmaceuticals to the hospitals and whatnot. He said, is your driving license clean? I said, yeah. He was like, cool, pattern. Got me a job, but I was doing a trial with him for 2 weeks before I could get my own van. So I've done trial with him for 2 weeks. But these times I'm praying because I don't really want to do this, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm praying. I'm saying, God, if this is for me, just let me know. If it ain't, just show me a sign, please. I'm begging you, show me a sign. Anyway, now it's come to the end of the trial. I say to the boss man, yeah, my van come. He's like, no. And he's like, it's strange because this has never happened. I said, how long you been there for? He's like, 20 years. I said, this ain't never happened. He said, strange. Cool. Stay with my brethren, still doing the trial for like extra 3 days. Yo, boss, my van, still not here. But end of that week, bruv, I said, yeah, that's the sign. Cool, safe. Bam, then watch this now. Focus. Watch the run now. Know my thing. Done know already. One take. Boom, 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 boom. Back. Because I was realizing, yo, bro, okay, you asked for the sign, you've got it. Go brazy, but don't forget the big man when you're winning. Hail him up, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you hear me talk about God so frequently, because I understand the guidance.
That's with Rooted, innit? And all.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, that's when, yeah. There was
you know, like the run.
Yes,
like,
yes.
That is, like people feel like it started from Listen and that. It never. I hadn't stopped since then. Straight through to Ghetto Gospel New Testament. Straight to now. I haven't stopped. Bro, there's nothing wrong with it, bro. It's just, do you know what we've done as rappers though? We've done this superhero lifestyle. I make such and such and such and such and such. So that's why when people laugh and rappers fall off, because we've done it, we've rapped from the ego perspective. Like we're from the trenches, most of us anyway, and then we get on, then we start stunting on people that are still there. Bro, the blessing in it, like, fam, man could be, you know what I'm saying, out there, bruv, where it's, you know, so it's a blessing to be able to do something you love so much and make a fortune from it, you know, but you love it. Like, imagine, like, you do this for free, right? Mm-hmm. You do this for free, I'm guessing.
Yeah, bro, I've been up, yeah.
You would, right?
Facts.
So the fact that you've got sponsors on board and you can now feed your loved ones from this, it's just such a blessing that you're probably thankful for. So you don't even care about all the other stuff because you could be doing something you don't love for a lot less money.
Facts. And
building somebody else's thing. Individuality, man, is what can make the world connect with you. So even though I just said, like, you know what I'm saying, but when it connects, it really connects because there's never been a you before, you know? And you see it, like you see it with the people that are most famous. They're Drakes. They weren't a Drake before Drake, like, you know what I'm saying? In terms of the soundscape and what was being spoke about in the raps, you know what I'm saying? And so on and so on. Like we see it all that, like Dizzy, they weren't a Dizzy before Dizzy. The voice, the the attack, you know what I'm saying?
Even his rhyme scheme, like.
Yeah, like, so the most unique people, no matter how long it takes, they have the most success because of how unique it is. So I've seen that, I guess, being unique is a superpower. What else have I learned? Logic over emotion. That's something I try and practice every day now. Just because I used to use so much emotion over logic before. But emotion's quite blinding. You know, so using logic over emotion will help you navigate. And you'll be around for longer because logic over emotion is actually chess, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you're always thinking about your moves, your next moves, despite how you may feel in that moment. But you're knowing if you react to something that could make you make the wrong next move. So that's like a mantra that we use amongst our team all the time, logic over emotion, logic over emotion. I do get pissed off sometimes. I pull it right back, you know, and just, because anger's a very cloudy emotion as well. I think as long as I'm speaking about what's true to me and being authentic and having reflective moments or whatever, I feel like, but basically right now we're on charted ground in terms of our music. We've watched rock stars being able to tour their music forever, but within our culture we do this ageist thing, right?
Yep.
Nah, them man are old and washed and that's what we do within our culture. But I feel like that should only be the case when a man's moving as such, when a man's really moving, like when we're listening to Jay-Z 444, we're taking it in like that because nobody ain't saying that to us.
Yep.
Nobody's not giving us these gems. So we're thinking, whoa, you're still offering us, you're still showing us why you're you and you're in the position you're in after all these years. But we've grown with your music and now you're giving us something and we're saying, yo, my man's giving man game. You know what I'm saying? So I guess as long as I'm being reflective and speaking about my life as such as how much I'm growing, people that are growing the same way can relate to it. And youngers that are quite ahead of their time, go F with it, you feel what I'm saying?